10 minutes before 7 o'clock. Early on this Thursday morning, the 9th day of September, Bennett and Barnett with you.
Good morning to you. Yeah.
Admissions day for the state of California today.
I wonder what politicians will be admitting in Sacramento. They've admitted so much.
They should fess up to a lot, shouldn't they, Dan?
We should just have admission or confession day, once a year.
Let's take a look at the news and the weather brought to you by Moss Lumber. What was our high temperature yesterday? It was supposed to hit 103.
Well, we didn't quite make it. It was 98.
98.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't feel like 103. How about today?
101.
Ah, okay.
99 tomorrow. 97 for Paradise.
93.9 KFM, about 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Walter Becker of Steely Dan coming out with a solo album. Steely Dan broke up years ago, and Walter didn't really go back into the studio much. He said he didn't...
I think he lost his way.
Well, he didn't want to do an album because he wasn't... he didn't have a lot of confidence in his singing ability.
I
Walter,
see. Mm-hmm.
Walter Becker always let Fagan handle the Donald Fagan handle the vocals
Fagan?
at Steely Dan. Yeah, and of course they're coming to Mountain View on the Shoreline Amphitheater.
I knew
on
you
the
were
12th.
getting to something.
Yeah. Anyway, you can look forward to a Walter Becker album. Of course, Donald Fagen's album's out now, and we're going to go back a few more years. To the Asia album from Steely Dan on KFM. 93.9 KFM. Listening to Riders on the Storm is about as close as we're going to get to rain for a while, apparently.
At least for this week.
Yeah. The Doors on KFM. 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's admissions day for the state of California. It was brought into the Union on this date in 1850.
In 1850, yes.
California. Here we come.
Oh, we happy or what?
Yes. So whatever happened to the proposal to divide the state up into 3 parts?
Well, Stan
Are they
Statham,
still working on that?
he wants to become lieutenant governor so he can push the proposal from a higher seat of authority, if you will.
It's not 2 parts anymore, it's 3 parts?
It's 3 parts, and he wants it to happen.
So you got Northern California, Southern California, and California.
And California,
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can give away breakfast for 2 from Sue's Java Cafe this morning.
Whoa.
The last 2 days
Last 2 days of Bach Rackwards.
of Bach Rackwards. We're going to have a little celebration tomorrow when we blow up Bach Rackwards. So, hey, you can have the honor of being one of the last 2 winners.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be?
Mm-hmm.
You could kick back and tell your grandchildren, I remember the time
I remember this.
we were getting ready to quit Bach Rackwards like KFM, and I won one of the last free breakfasts,
Yeah.
Yeah, little stories to tell the
old grandkids.
Yeah, the old grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Old Gramps. That's why that's why you're kind of reluctant to leave your kids off with the grandparents.
That's right.
Tell these weird stories.
Weird stories.
We'll take caller number 10 this morning and see if we can get a winner on Bach Rackwards. Well, we've got a classic tune we'll be playing backwards this morning.
A little bit of Bert.
You don't want to miss this. Oroville Expo 93. We'll see you there.
I'll tell you, Dan, it would be nice to wrap Bach Rackwards up with a couple of winners
couple of
today and
winners.
tomorrow. We'll find out if that's going to be the case as we take caller number 10 this morning. Hi, you're on the air with KFM. Who's this?
Lisa
Hi, Lisa. What's the last name?
Talansky,
Lisa Talansky, and you're calling from
Wow.
where this morning?
Reading.
In Reading. Hey, things pretty quiet in Reading?
Yeah, pretty nice.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
All right. Let's
Lisa,
see.
a lot is riding
You're
on
here
this.
and you were there.
Yeah, you're going to be part of history this morning.
This is history.
The last 2 days of Bach Rackwards. You ready for your tune?
I'm ready.
Here it comes. Okay, Lisa, that's
I
your,
know what it
your
is.
tune. You do not, Dan.
I do too,
You always say that and you never know.
but I know.
Well, I can't ask you what it is because then you blow it for the contestant here.
Is it changes?
Changes,
That's
absolutely.
what I was going to say, yeah.
You were going to say that, Dan?
I was going to say that. I
Thanks
was
for
too.
Thanks for being with us, Lisa. Don't hang up so I can get your address, okay?
Okay, thanks.
And we'll send you out a certificate.
All right.
One
we
more
got
to
a
go.
winner.
One more to go tomorrow. KFM with David Bowie.
Bad Company tomorrow on Bach Rackwards.
Maybe we'll use kind of a commemorative bad company
Bad
thing.
Company, huh?
KFM. 93.9 KFM and Supertramp with Breakfast in America. I always think of Fiddler on the Roof when I hear that tune. The way the
Yeah.
music. If I were
Rich man.
What do you call that kind of music?
Do-do-do-do-do.
It's got
Jewish music.
No, it's a regional kind of a thing, I think.
Yeah, kind of like.
Wouldn't that be more of a Balkan kind of a?
I think so.
You got the
Yeah.
beat there.
Do 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 do.
Anyway, obviously Dan and I have missed our calling as musicologists.
I think so.
You know, at least Dan can say he knows all 4 of the Beatles' names, so he's finally mastered that aspect of rock and roll. Let's
But
About
not in,
25
not in
years late,
alphabetical
no.
order. Yeah.
let's take a look at the news and weather this morning. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. And outside right now, it's 66 degrees. Going to be another hot one in the
Another
North
hot
Valley.
one in the valley. Highs 95 to 100.
Cola. 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thanks, GB. We've got
Yeah.
a little.
Of course, the first experiment at Space Camp will be looking for the Mars Observer.
Oh, yeah, maybe. We got this news in that Kiss is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. The band
What?
Kiss. It was really big in the 70s and
Yeah.
some 80s, and they're still around. Kiss.
Still around, yeah.
They're receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award tomorrow in Burbank, and they'll be performing a 40-minute set after midnight at the Burbank Hilton. And the city of Hollywood has also donated a year's supply of free face paint for the band. So
You
they're
don't have
looking
to.
good.
You don't have to live a lifetime to get a lifetime award.
No, some of these bands are big, aren't they, Dan?
They're huge and huge. I hope you don't miss what's coming this weekend.
Is this weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
Dan?
They're coming. This weekend only. You can lock your doors, but there's no stopping. Down bathroom cleaner with scrubbing bubbles. Scrubbing bubbles. Cleaning everything in sight. Toilets, sinks, tub, tile. With a special active ingredient, ammonia D. Scrubbing away even the toughest dirt, filth, and grime. Other cleaners claim to clean your bathroom, but the scrubbing bubbles leave them in the dust. Scrub-a-dub-dub. They clean your tub. The Down Bathroom Cleaner Scrubbing Bubbles, this weekend only. Live. They work hard, so you don't have to. Produced by Mark Todlin Productions.
Classic rock from Van Morrison when he was with the band Them. Big hit in the 60s with Gloria. Gloria. 22 minutes before 8 o'clock. We've got Joke on a Rope coming up on
Yes,
KFM, and tomorrow we'll have the best joke of the week.
$25 gift certificate from
Yeah,
North
that person
Valley
will get a
Plaza.
$25 gift certificate from North Valley Plaza.
I just said that.
Yeah. You know, the trouble is, though, we didn't tell a joke on Monday. That means that we've only got 3 jokes to choose from.
to choose from.
It's hard enough when we have 4 to choose from and have to
Yes,
pick out
yes.
the best joke of the week. But
Well, we'll try to find the least worst.
yeah, or maybe the one that we feel that we can live with tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
If you'd like to send us a joke, P.O. Box 266, Chico 95927 is the address.
Yeah, or fax us at 343-8473.
And don't forget to pick up a gift certificate at the North Valley Plaza if
$5 denomination.
if
sir.
you're going to a wedding, a birthday party, an
yeah,
anniversary.
They love these things.
Because these things are always the right
Always
size.
negotiable, yes.
And always the right color.
Today's roundtable discussion begins.
Okay, this is a joke from Forrest Shelnut of Proberta, California.
You should be ashamed
Yeah,
of
and it
himself.
goes something like, ain't nothing like a good bean joke, man.
Oh,
For
I'll
my
tell you.
money, nothing beats a good bean joke. These 2 ladies, we'll call them
Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Jones, yeah.
And they're sitting in Mrs. Smith's living room,
Yeah,
having
eating-
some coffee.
eating pie, too.
And Mrs. Jones asks, "What smells so good?" Well, Mrs. Smith tells Mrs. Jones that she's cooking a big batch of beans for dinner, and that Mrs. Jones can have some if she sticks around.
Okay, well, meanwhile, Mrs. Smith's son comes home, bends over the pot to smell the beans. I guess he's a tall dude, and some BBs fall out of his
He had
pocket
some
into
BBs
the
in his
pot.
pocket. You know how kids are to carry around all this stuff in
well,
their
he
pockets.
Got as many out as he could, and then he left. Yeah.
Well, the next day, Mrs. Smith got
Don't
a
get
call.
ahead of us.
The next day, Mrs. Smith got a call from Mrs. Jones. Who was kind of upset. She asked, "What was in those beans?" And
Yeah?
Mrs. Smith says, "Well, just usual herbs and spices."
Well, says Mrs. Jones, when I bent over to polish my table, I shot my parrot. Oh, dear.
93.9 KFM 38 special, and hold on loosely. We've got about 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. Bennett and Barnett with you, and look at the news
good
and the
morning,
weather. Brought to you by your Les Schwab tire dealer and outside.
Say that again.
I have trouble with that. Outside right now, 69 degrees.
101 is what we're heading for today to match after wins, and I didn't do too badly with that. Darryl Kyle became the third pitcher to toss a no-hitter this season. The Houston right-hander fan 9 in recording a 7-1 win over the Mets. Baltimore doubled Seattle 6-3 and now trails first-place Toronto by one little game in the American League East race. Blue Jays, who lost to Oakland 2-1, still lead New York by a half game, and Tom Glavine posted his 18th win, and David Justice drove in 2 runs as Atlanta romped over Los Angeles 8-2. The win moves the Braves to within 2 games of idle San Francisco in the National League West. Giants are hosting the Cards, I guess, tonight at 7:35.
Yeah, what a race that one is, and then the one in the American League East with Baltimore, New York, and
Golly.
Toronto. Yeah.
So you got a prediction there, kiddo?
No, it's going to come down to the last couple of days, I think.
I think so, yeah.
By the way, another sports note, this is the anniversary of the Battle of Marathon, which was fought in 490 BC.
Gave the name to marathon.
The marathon run, the guy ran all the way to tell everybody who won the Battle of Marathon.
Yeah.
Remember, the guy's name was, by the way, Theo Acrodopoulos.
Yeah.
And he made a fortune in Nike endorsements.
Oh,
you know,
man,
that guy,
I'll tell you.
He retired. Yeah, somebody like you, baby. Brian Adams at 93.9 KFM. 7 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Thursday morning, the 9th day of September. It's Admissions Day for the state of California. This date in 1850, California became a state.
1850.
We've got the movie game coming up, brought to you by Ray's Video, with locations on 2nd and Walnut and in the Albertson Shopping Center. That's Ray's Video and Fun Center out that way. And we'll give you a week's worth of free video rentals from Ray's if you can come up with the title of the new release that we're going to use this morning, nominated for at least one Academy Award last time around for Best Actor, I'll tell you that.
Now, have you seen the whole show?
Yes, it's a good movie. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll play a little bit of the movie and see if somebody can come up with a title. It's only been out for a few days, so you're going to have to kind of... well, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
I think you should be able to figure out what this movie
so.
is, but it's a brand new release, and if you get the title, we'll send you down to Ray's. By the way, they've got a huge selection of videos, almost anything that you could want on
tens of thousands
on video. You can probably find it at Ray's, and to make it even easier, they've got 2 computer screens set up at the Ray's Video and Fun Center, and all you have to do is, if you're interested in a certain actor, you can type in the name, tells you the movies that person was in, or you can just type in the title of the movie, and it'll tell you where to find the movie in the store. So it makes it real easy to find your favorites at Ray's Video.
Such a deal.
We'll take caller number 15 when we come back for the movie game.
Pip Printing thinks every
Millionaires paid over 20 years.
Movie game. Yeah. It's just like living next door to Christian Slater, you know?
All right, we've got Bill Pert on the line. Bill, how you doing
Bill.
this morning? Oh, gee, I'm sorry, Bill.
Push the button.
Let's try that again, Bill. Hey, how are you, Bill?
I'm doing great this morning.
Oh, yeah? You at work or anything? Or
No, I'm just hanging out at home.
Okay.
Ooh.
You watch a lot of movies?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this one's kind of new. So I want you to listen carefully, because kind of gives you the gist of the time period and everything.
Okay.
And hopefully you can come up with the title of this movie and get a week's worth of free video rentals. Here it comes.
Okay.
Care in the world. I'm the oldest action star in the business, and talkies are coming. What the hell have I got to be worried about? That's talkies, Charles. Talkies! Talkies. Can you imagine the tramp talking?
It's the future, Charlie.
Not in my lifetime.
Talkies! 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 It'll never catch on. Talkies!
Okay, that's...
I think they're talking about talkies,
That's the movie there, Bill. What's the name of that?
Well, I'm going to have to go with something like Chaplin.
Like Chaplin would be. Yeah, so that would be the something to go with there, Bill.
Yeah.
Did you ever see it, Bill?
No, I haven't seen it.
Kevin Kline and Robert Downey Jr. in that scene, and Kevin Kline plays the action swashbuckler hero Douglas Fairbanks.
Yeah.
And, of course, Robert Downey Jr. plays Charlie Chaplin. And a bunch of other people, Dan Aykroyd in this movie, and James Woods. And
this is really traumatic
Anthony
for those,
Hopkins
for
in
those
this movie.
actors who had to go from silent to talk, right?
Yes.
I guess so.
Some of them looked really beautiful or very handsome, but they had kind of weird voices.
Dan and I feel the same way every time we do another radio show. We say,
Yeah.
God, do we have to talk today?
have
This
to
is
talk,
embarrassing. Thanks for being with us, Bill.
Okay.
And we'll send you out a week's worth of free video rentals from Ray's Video.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Hey, a real-
Chaplin, the name of the movie, not bad.
Real Bert answer.
Hollywood Hotel. Good evening.
Leonard Skinner and Sweet Home Alabama, the classic on KFM, 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. And let's take a look at the news and the weather brought to you by Grand Auto. Outside right now, 71 degrees.
Yeah, sunny today, hot, 101 for Chico, 97 for Paradise.
And then who did the Giants play today?
They're going to be hosting the Cards,
Okay.
and that'll be at about 7:35 tonight.
And what, less than a month left.
Less
of,
than a month.
baseball.
Oh, man.
We'll come
Gee.
right down to the wire. KFM with Aerosmith. Genesis at 93.9 KFM. Just a job to do. It's 25 minutes now before 9 o'clock on this Thursday morning. And good morning, everybody.
I was reading Herb Cain this morning, and it was kind of interesting. He reports a police bulletin in Sonora, I guess. A 32-year-old Sonora woman was cited for shoplifting Friday after taking chicken breasts and 2 bottles of peppermint schnapps from a market. The woman told deputies she took the chicken because I don't have any money and I need to feed my kids. Then they asked her why she took the schnapps, and she replied, because I have low self-esteem.
Affordable. You were really friendly. I appreciate that. I'm glad we came to Whitmire Chevrolet.
21 minutes before 9 o'clock. A lot of hopeful people looking at what's going on in the Middle East right now.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Yeah, what's the latest development out there?
Well, there's some shuttling back and forth that we think that Yasser Arafat has in his pocket an agreement from the PLO to cease calling for the destruction of Israel. Now he's got to get it to Israel.
Mm-hmm. Remember the book, Tom Clancy, I think it was Some of All Fears. Premise of the book was that they finally signed a peace treaty. They looked like it was going to bring peace to the Middle East, but there were some factions that didn't agree with it.
Radical factions at both on both sides.
What they do, they blow up the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
according to Tom Clancy in his book. And,
Yeah.
you know, the worst part about that were the 49ers were ahead when they set
Yeah.
off a nuclear bomb. It kind of hurt me. Couldn't I wait till the game ends? Come on.
Don't make fun of it.
Gosh. Black Crows on KFM. 93.9 KFM. Living in the past from Jethro Tull, and about 10 minutes now before 9 o'clock on this Thursday
Now,
morning.
wouldn't it be nice to have your girlfriend compare you to Abraham Lincoln?
Why did that happen in the news?
Well, it did. Actually,
Oh.
in Vanity Fair magazine, a very famous actress says this about her beau. Abraham Lincoln had a great face. That face is a great face, and that face in stone down at the Lincoln Memorial is a pretty amazing thing to see. It's just breathtaking. He's so stoic and regal, and at the same time has this real gentleness. Who's the famous actress?
Well, who's the guy that's supposed
Lyle
to look like...
Lovett.
Lyle Lovett. Kind of like Abraham Lincoln.
Julia Roberts says
Yeah.
he has a face like Lincoln.
That makes sense. You know, I that would be my... If I had to think of somebody to go, you know, Lyle Lovett reminds me, it would probably be
Face
Abe
like Lincoln.
yeah.
Want to make you get stoned every night, yes.
All right, let's
No,
let's
they
take a
have.
look at
They're
the
very
weather.
happy.
Got the weather, and then we'll do the news contest, see if we can give away lunch for 2 this morning.
They're very happy together. Sunny today and warm. 101 for Chico, Paradise 97, 100 for Oroville, 102 for Redding, Red Bluff 100, Sacramento 103 today. It won't be cooling off till late Saturday. Of course, night happens, and that does cool things off from the day. But then Sunday and Monday, temperatures inland especially, forecast to be in the upper 80s to lower 90s.
All right, thank you, Dan. I hear Lyle's pretty good with an axe, too. You know?
Apparently so. yes.
We've got about 8 minutes before 9 o'clock. Lunch for 2 to give away from the Red and Gray Pub if you can answer a question about this morning's news. And we'll, let's see, we'll set you up with anything you want off the menu. But the special today at the Red and Gray is the crab sandwich and fries, $3.30. And at 7 o'clock, starting at 7 tonight, it's Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
At the Red and Gray Pub on West 1st Street, next to the tracks. What are we going to be talking about this morning?
Names.
We'll talk about names. We'll take
Names
caller,
in the news.
caller number 14 when we come back.
In California, what it means to stay in touch with Bennett and Barnett.
Special prizes awarded in Baby Show.
Did you get a new mouth siren, Dan? Is that what I heard?
No, does it sound pretty good? Yeah, pretty
You got
good.
a new one, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Is it?
No, I've just been practicing.
Mine doesn't work that good anymore. I need to replace mine.
Well, turn it around. You're blowing in the wrong.
Oh, maybe that's it. We've got Deborah Fries on the line. Deborah, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, guys.
Are you at work right now, Deborah?
No, I'm here with my grandson.
Taking care of the grandson. Gee, Deborah, you sound hardly old enough to have a
minute.
grandson.
I know, we talked about that before.
Uh-huh.
Got a grandma listening to rock radio, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, old Granny Freeze on the line with us. So what do? You just put your knitting aside just now so you could be with us?
No, not even.
Oh, okay. All
Not
right.
that old.
All right.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Young people do knitting, too.
Oh, I noticed that when I feel like you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be all of how old, Deborah?
33.
33.
Oh, my
Oh, Granny Deb's going to be 33,
Whoa.
Dan. My golly.
Golly.
All right, let's take a shot at winning lunch for two for you, Deborah.
Deborah, do you want me to
Here's your
read
news contest
read the
question.
question real slowly for you? Anyway, here's
You want to put on your bifocals for this, Deborah?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. New bridge, Deborah, over the Yampa River in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, has just been named. We want to know the name of the bridge. You ready?
Okay.
Number 1, they're going to call it the Yampa Bridge. Number 2, the Steamboat Bridge. Number 3, here's a creative name, Bridge number 17. Or number 4, the James Brown Soul Center of the Universe Bridge. And you have 10 seconds to decide.
The Lloyd Bridges.
The Lloyd Bridges, just one though.
KFM morning show. Yeah. Gary's fast and Deborah's kind of
I'm trying to make up for it.
Bennett and Barnett on your radio.
The Dental Bridge. All right, Deborah, what's the answer to that question?
Well, I missed the news this morning. I've
Oh,
been
dear.
listening, but I was trying to take care of the baby. But I'm going to
Yeah.
take a guess for number 2.
The Steamboat Bridge,
Is that what was the first one?
What was the first
the
one, Dan?
Yampa Bridge,
What was the third one, Dan?
the bridge number 17.
What was the last
The
one?
James Brown Soul Center of the Universe Bridge.
Yeah.
I'll take number 2.
Number 2? Oh, well, gee, that's not
No,
going to
that
make...
ain't it. That is not it, Deborah. No.
That was one of those kind of trick questions because the most off-the-wall answer was
It's
the right
James
one.
Brown Soul Center of the Universe
I
Bridge.
knew it had
yes.
to be that
Yes.
specific.
Yeah, they're actually calling the bridge.
The James Brown Soul Center
What
of
do
the
they call it
Universe
for
Bridge.
short? Just the James Brown?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa's got a brand new bridge.
He's going to
Deborah.
show up, I guess, next week for the dedication.
There you go. Sorry you didn't win this
That's
morning.
okay, guys.
sorry.
All right, have a happy birthday
Yeah,
next
I
week.
will.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A minute before 9 o'clock, we're KFMF.
Yeah, it doesn't
Chico.
matter.
I wanted her to win this one.
I did too.
You made it so hard.
I did
You made it too hard.
I did
Too
not.
hard. 93.9 KFM. That's the new one from John Mellencamp. That's the title track to his brand new album, Human Wheels. Just came out this week, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Good morning to you.
Dan Barnett in the newsroom, and we've got some guests in the studio. Dan, Chico Air Show's coming up this weekend.
You know, as a kid in high school, Paradise High School, I used to run around the playground with my arms lifted out, flying like Superman.
Is that something you really meant to share with everyone, Dan, or
I
is,
did.
did that just slip out?
It was really.
It's
no,
a
it was great.
1993 Chico Air Show,
I really
an
look
antique,
forward to recess.
antique fly-in. It kicks off.
These people really fly.
Actually, you've got a dance and a dinner coming up, right? Kathy's the media coordinator here. Kathy, what's going on starting tomorrow?
Okay, starting tomorrow we have a dinner dance that starts at 6 o'clock, and the band will start, that's Cottonwood, at 8 o'clock, and then we have a surprise after the band.
A surprise?
Yes,
A surprise?
surprise.
What can you tell us about the surprise,
Oh,
Kathy?
it's a surprise. You'll have to come out and see.
You mean this is like a top secret kind of a thing?
Oh, sure, why not?
Pat and Larry's is serving up the food, and you've got music and dancing.
Yes, that is correct.
And
It'll be
there's-
at the hangar, right?
That's right, hangar dance, and it's going to be a blast.
And then there's a surprise. About what time can we expect a surprise, Kathy?
Oh, let's say around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay, alert the media, Dan.
Yes.
And then the day of the air show, Saturday morning, you've got a breakfast going on at the airport.
Right, we've got a pancake breakfast that starts at 7 o'clock. And
Are there a lot of people out there that early in the morning, 7
Oh,
a.m.?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Brain
dead people.
Brain dead
Yes.
people. People that were at the dance the night before. are
That's
still
Don
out
Walker over there. Hiya, Don.
Yeah, Don. Don's going to get into some specifics. Oh, by the way, Kathy, where can you pick up tickets?
You can.
93.9 KFM, Eric Clapton, and Lay Down, Sally. It's 22 minutes before 10 o'clock on this Thursday morning.
Good morning to you.
A little earlier, we're talking about mouth sirens, and I was complaining that mine didn't work anymore.
Mine does.
Yeah, yours works, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, mine, a lady called us up. She had a music store at one time, and apparently they sell these mouth sirens as musical instruments.
Really?
And as a matter of fact, the better ones are meant to be taken apart, and you can oil them and clean them.
You're kidding.
And they last forever.
What?
Now, of course, if you're playing like with the Boston Pops or something, you probably have one made of brass. You know, those are actually the standard that all other mouth.
Yours is made of metal.
Sirens are.
Mine is plastic.
This one is made of tin, and you take it apart, you're never going to get back together again. But then our general manager came in, and what a helpful individual he is, Dan.
Yeah.
And he brought me a brand new plastic mouth siren.
Well, what color is yours?
This one's purple.
Mine's green. Mine's still better.
This is a fine instrument here. I think. Listen to the tonal quality on this.
Now listen to mine. Now,
mine is much better. Mine's
mine
got
is
that
much
real
better.
whirring sound.
No.
Anyway, of course, these are plastic and they're fine for beginners.
Yeah.
But apparently, you got to shell out a few bucks if you really want a good mouth siren.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about taking it up professionally.
Well, I guess what did Beethoven do? Nocturne for mouth siren or
That's
something?
right.
Yeah.
You know, there are all kinds of,
a lot of classical
pieces of music.
out there, yeah.
It's like the 1812
Overture.
Overture. You need real cannons on
You
that.
do.
You need a real mouth siren on a lot of that music, especially during the Renaissance. So
yeah.
Anyway, we're going through a Renaissance right now. The mouth siren.
Mouth siren. Mine's better.
Well, let's get
Till midnight and only at the Car Audio Leader. Classic Car Audio. 9th and Mangrove, Chico. Don't say we didn't warn you. Classic Car Audio.
19 minutes before 10 o'clock. Outside right now, we've got 83 degrees. Is that right, Dan? 83. And this is a song called Peace Pipe from the band Cry of Love on KFM. 93.9 KFM and Burning Sky from Bad Company. 10 minutes before 10 o'clock, let's take a look at the, that would be kind of nice if the weather sounded like that this morning, but that's not what we're going to get. We're looking for hot weather.
Yes.
And outside right now, 84 degrees.
And 103. This is a